Hey guys, welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining today. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please welcome. I say welcome to you. All right, on here we are called the Broke Community, so thank you so much for joining. So today's video I'm going to be talking about some documents that you need if you want to apply for a study permit to Canada. First of all, remember that what you are going to be getting is the temporary residence visa to Canada, and when you arrive Canada, that's at the airport, that is where you are going to get your study permit. Okay, so that's what you should know. Now there are a list of documents, about 15 or more or so, that I'm going to be giving you here if you intend to immigrate to Canada this year or in 2024. Then you should compile all these documents, put them together before you start your visa application. And where are you going to be starting the visa application? On IRCC. All right, said Milton told you that it's on IRCC. I hope you understand. Now I will start with any order. I will start with the documents from any order, and I have my jotter here. The very first one I want to talk about is your business documents. Now these business documents only come into play when you are telling the embassy or the visa official that you actually have a business. You are trying to make them understand that you have a place where you are going to be getting money to finance your education. Okay, so in this case you can then submit your business documents. If you've been watching my videos about proof of funds, you will understand why you need to submit your business documents. Okay, then the other document is your medical certificate. If you did upfront medicals before you started the application, then you have the right to submit the documents to the embassy to tell them that you actually did the documents. So in case they finish with your documents or approving your visa, you can then just pack your bags and you move immediately to Canada. You fly to Canada, all right, to start your education. Now another document which is very important is birth certificate. If you are actually applying for a student visa or a study permit to Canada, I would suggest that don't fill the forms without uploading a copy of your birth certificate. It is very, very important. However, if you are married, if you have kids, remember there is a form where you have to fill to show that, all right, you are married or with kids. And again, filling this form and indicating that you are married with kids is going to help you a lot when you are trying to explain your proof of home ties. Remember, you always need to tell the visa official or the embassy that you are going to return home when you finish this program, and your family, your children, your wife is going to help you in this case. And of course you need to prove that you have them, and you need to show legal documents which are birth certificates and of course marriage certificates in the case where you are married. All right, if you want to move with your spouse, then you can equally show the marriage certificate. If you are not moving with your spouse, then I think it is perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. Now another document I want to talk about is your education. These are your education credentials, your documents from school. If you are going for a bachelor's degree, a diploma program, then you are going to be submitting your WAEC, and probably maybe if you have the transcript, fine. Original documents, right? If you are going for diploma programs, maybe postgraduate programs, maybe bachelor's degree, then you have to submit a copy of your high school certificates as well. Then if you are going for higher degrees like masters and PhD and maybe diploma programs, then you can submit now your bachelor's degrees. All right, for PhD you have to submit your master's degrees. Remember, you also need to submit all these documents alongside transcripts of records. They are very, very important. All right, that is for educational credentials. Now if you are going to be moving to Canada and you are leaving your job, let's assume you are employed, all right, you work with a company, then in this case you have to show an employment letter. Maybe if you can equally show maybe a leave letter from your company to prove that you are going to school to actually go and study. If not, employment letter is enough. If you have your pay slips, you can equally attach them, and your pay slips may even help you to explain the fact that you have money in your account and where you have been getting the money from, right? But their employment letter, I think, is the best letter you can get. The scholarship letter is another document. You can submit it to the embassy, not the embassy, by the way, to IRCC. Remember, you are going to be doing this on the government of Canada's website, which is called the IRCC. All right, you intend to apply for your student visa or your study permit to Canada, you need to prove to IRCC that documents, especially your employment letter, if you have a job. If you don't have a job, you don't need this letter, all right? But you need to show a letter like this in case you have a job. However, there is another document called a scholarship letter. The scholarship letter, now you have to attach it to your applications, all right? You remember, you are attaching all these documents in PDF files, all right? You attach them one after the other. There is something called the merge documents on PDF on Google. You can merge the documents from Google, all right? Then you put them together. Remember, those that are related to financial matters like proof of funds, maybe business documents, how you get your money, and sponsorship letters, all of them need to go in one particular section for the proof of funds. Your passport, which is another document, remember, it has to be valid for at least 6 months. Very important, 6 months, guys. Then you now submit it online. It has its own position it has to go in. Another document I want to talk about is affidavit of sponsorship, letters of explanation. These are usually from people, maybe external people, maybe from companies or uncles or aunties or something. All right, guarantors, people who are sponsoring you. Affidavit of sponsorship, they from the person who is sponsoring you, maybe letter of explanation, of course, from the person who is also sponsoring you, how they are getting their money, the job that they have, or maybe something like that. It's also necessary but not that compulsory, but I would recommend you put if you see this video, okay? And the other document you need is family information. Family information is very, very important. And this family information, remember, talked about you showing documents that you are married. In this case, when you are filling the family information form, you need to explain to them that you are married, and of course, they may ask how many kids and stuff like that. Remember, if you say you have 2 kids, make sure you are saying the truth, because if anything goes wrong along the way, if you say you have 2 kids and you are showing 1 birth certificate as an uploaded document, it means that you are not serious. All right, how can you be saying you have 2 kids on the website and you are uploading 1 birth certificate? So please, you have to put this into consideration. It is very, very important. The family information, you just basically need to fill the name of your wife, maybe those in common law partnership. It's also possible to do that. The name of your children, are you moving with them, stuff like that, guys. So it's not very difficult to fill it. You are going to find this on IRCC, all right? All these documents are going to be on IRCC, so you are going to fill them from there. Now let me talk about the letter of explanation. Letter of explanation is very important. Remember, the letter of explanation from your sponsor is different, but that from your the one you are writing, you as the applicant, is very important, because you have to explain how you got your money, the school you are going to, who is going to sponsor you, why you choose the program, why Canada, and so many other things. There is a video I did on this YouTube channel explaining how you are going to write the letter of explanation. You could check it. I will put it in the video description box, so please make sure you check it from there and watch that video. Is very important. How you write the letter of explanation tells the visa official that you are actually ready for school. If you write it anyhow, they are just going to reject you. You may get comments like, if you write the letter of explanation anyhow, you are going to get feedback from the embassy like it doesn't correlate, there is no consistency in your letter on in your application files, all right? And they will tell you, they always say it clearly. So please make sure you pay attention to this. Now, if you have certificates like IELTS, TOEFL scores, any English qualifications, right? Add it, upload the documents, add it to your application. Is going to help you, because remember, Canada is a French and English speaking country, so they want to know that you can actually speak English, you can actually speak French. So showing them your certificates from your English certificate speaks a lot, all right? You can add it as well. It's very, very important. Now let me talk about the payment options. When you finish filling everything and uploading the documents, that is when you are going to do payment. Make sure you have a credit card that you can use to do the payment, and I think the payment right now is $235. Yeah, that is the payment you are going to pay. Then when you pay everything, it's going to navigate to a link. Maybe after like 24 hours or maybe within the same day, they're going to send you a link to book appointments. You can even book the appointment depending on the country in which you are. You will just go there, click the link, it will open, you select the country in which you are, then you click on the cities available, then they will tell you where to go and do the biometrics. Or when you book the biometrics, they will tell you and send every details to you. All right, it's very, very important. Again, remember that the police clearance certificate is very important, and with the police clearance certificate you can equally find details from IRCC on where to go and get the certificates depending on the country in which you are as well. All right, so you need to pay attention to this. Remember, the visa fee is $235. It changes, all right, but remember that is the fee you are paying if you do this process yourself. This is not maybe a very tedious process, but you need to be patient and exercise a lot of patience. It needs attention, all right. But if you give it to someone to fill it, the person will charge you more. Even if you tell me to do this process, I will charge you more. It's now your duty to pay if you have the money or not, all right. But again, like I said, it's something you can do if you want to do it, all right. But however, if you are going to somebody to do it, make sure you are going to someone who knows what he or she is doing, and let them be careful, because any mistakes, IRCC will not call the agent or whosoever is doing it for you and say there is a mistake on your document, all right. So please pay attention to this. Then you equally need your passport size photograph, preferably the white background you see here, all right. It should be on the white background you see here, this one, not this one on the wood, all right. The one up, it should be, that is how your passport size photograph should be. So you should be on a white background. It's very, very important. Then the other document you need is your temporary residence visa form. Like I said, all these documents are the documents if you intend to apply for a student permit to Canada. However, you should understand that things may change, all right. A lot of rules are changing. IRCC is changing a lot of things, so nowadays you should expect changes. But again, before you start the application process, you should always check to see what is available or what is there, all right. The documents will always be listed on IRCC portal, though you may not have all of them, but like I said, you always need to think about the ones, especially the financial documents and the extra documents, all right. IRCC will not tell you everything. Now there is a temporary residence visa form that you need to fill, like I already explained at the very beginning of this video, that a temporary visa is what you are going to get, all right. Then when you arrive the airport in Canada, they are going to give you now your study permit, okay. So that's what you need to know. Again, you need to have the application of study permit. The application form is equally online, all right. You will fill it from IRCC. There are a couple of questions they will ask you, you respond to. They will ask you, you respond to, before they will tell you if you are qualified to apply for a study permit or not. You must respond to those questions. Make sure you keep your code, your secure code and the password or email very well. I think there are some questions, security questions they will ask you. Keep them very well, because I have a student now, her result is here. She was asked to check her portal, but she cannot log in because of, I don't know what happened, you understand. So be careful so that you don't have complications. Now, proof of funds and letter of sponsorship. Proof of funds, very important, all right. How do you document the bank statement? You need the bank statement. Then the other supporting documents for the bank statement, like I explained to you in all those other videos on this channel. Just go through my channel, check through the channel. You are going to see all those other videos about proof of funds, how I explain them. Make sure you watch till the end so that you pick out all the documents you need. Otherwise, I hope you understand. Please, if you need more further clarification, book an appointment with me, all right, so that we can talk further. Then for proof of funds, we are already clear with that. For letter of explanation, we are clear with that. You need to explain your finances and all those things. They are very, very important. Now, one of the reasons why you are moving to Canada is because of what? You want to go and study. First, you need to apply to a school. Then secondly, after the school, look at your documents, maybe to a college that maybe you have to pay an application fee, or to a university like Manitoba and all the rest, or Seneca College or Fanshawe College or any other college. Then you pay your application fee. It will take time. They will process and give you an offer letter, all right. This is where I was driving to. You need an admissions letter, all right. It's called letter of acceptance. I hope you understand, for Canada. Now, the letter of acceptance only comes to you when you have paid your deposit for the school or the college, or if you don't need to pay a deposit, then you accept the admissions offer. In certain cases, you have to create online accounts to do the payment, or secure accounts that you have to own yourself. All right. And remember, when you move to Canada and during the time you are going to pay your tuition fee and you don't pay, they will close this your account. So you have to be careful, guys. You have to be careful. All right. They will close these accounts. Like I said, you need a lot to do. Canada is not a country where if you don't have money, yeah, you can study in Canada if you are broke. Of course, I already explained all these details. Do your fee, your application, get your offer letter, then maybe you solicit for help from family members, from uncles or parents, if at all they are going to help. I hope you get the point. So this is how you plan yourself on how to study. These are the documents that you need. Okay, there may be additional documents. Remember, every email or every payment receipt you pay, like first deposit of your tuition fee, should also be attached to this list of documents, and explain in your letter of explanation. Is very important. If you do not explain this letter of explanation properly, you cannot get the visa, guys. So a lot of you are complaining that Canada is rejecting visas. It's the way you are documenting your stuff. You don't show proper proof of funds. You don't show proper documentation. How can you just submit your bank statement and you relax? How did you get the money in that bank account? It means some of you, I'm teaching you, you are not even listening. I'm teaching you every day like this, burning a lot of calories. Some of us, we still don't listen. I don't know what should I do? Should I buy a trumpet, guys? So this is how you are going to go about your documentation for studies in 2024. Lectures will start January 2024. Now you cannot apply for September, guys. I'm sorry. January 2024 or May 2024 or September 2024. I hope this video is going to help you. If you didn't know, you are watching Milton Fonkwa. I'm equally called the Anointed Village Boy. Till we meet again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love, and I appreciate you. Till we meet again in another one.